All right. Welcome to Just Magic the Gathering. I was, in a way, looking to pick up where I left off yesterday, and that was with, testing my shrine deck. I did want to cover. I normally don't play like 10 games of Magic in a day, that's for sure. I get 2, 3 in, depending on how long they take. But I did want to give my Shrines deck a little bit more of a shakedown. Even though it got me the one win on entry, it didn't necessarily hold up well over time. The next, like 2 games out the gate, it lost, and then out of the first, I think, 6 matches I played, 4 of them I felt mana strapped with. I need black mana that I don't have, even though I have mana in my hand and control that I can't play. So I reworked my lands at about 6 games in. I took out most of the rare lands, all my scry lands that came in tap, and slowed them down and replaced them with standard lands. This, I think, was a huge move in the right direction because I have a few times been able to pull enough lands out that I would have ran out of lands had I been under my old build. I did leave the Verges in because they come in untapped and they aren't slow lands. I also took out, like, the guy that did I get to draw twice, but I have to be at max speed. There are a couple cards that once I actually got to play with them, they didn't perform as I expected. And took out some of my more expensive cards as well, because I took out even though the one 7/7 creature that I had in here was really nice and it worked well in somebody else's deck, it was in one of my starting hands, and it's like, it doesn't help me. I need my card draw, I need more shrines. It would have been better in a way to like take that out and put more shrines in. I did take out some of that and actually put in strategic betrayal so that I put in my nowhere to run, so just a little bit more control answers, which weights my deck more heavily towards black. And I also ended up throwing in VV because he can mana ramp for me, as well as working with the counters. And a guy that pops out with black wizards at the end of his turn. I haven't actually gotten this guy to transform, but long story short, I did rework my deck a little bit, and if anything, I wouldn't mind picking up a few more of the temples, because that's the main mechanic, or the shrines, because I am missing a few of them. I was very much wondering, like, if I picked up one of the air temples, one of the black temples, and one of the green temples, at least I'd have 3 of each. But that would basically burn out most of my uncommons. Or at this point, I'm up to 7 uncommons. I did some pack openings and I burned all my coins. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's held up. Out of the last like 6 games, it won, I think, most of them. It's really slow and plays kind of odd. At a certain point, I have been enjoying the mechanic. Oh god. I shouldn't even try butchering it. I don't have the white, but I can get to, as long as I draw into 1 land, I can play almost my whole hand without drawing into land, and yeah, I like it. We'll see how it holds up. Green, blue. What I kind of was hoping for was white. I could use a plains. Yeah, especially with that Authority of Councils now in hand. And no ability to play it. So yeah, being a 5-color deck, it does seem to be strapped at times, for sure. At this point, I can get my Authority of Councils up, which is very much what I'm thinking of doing. Because the White Lotus hideout will get me 1 mana, and then I get my plains. So, he's playing it slow. I don't know what he's up to at this point. He hasn't really revealed anything. I'll get a prowess token. And a surrender. That's a little odd. Or people have, in a way, maybe even traditionally noped out. Normally it's when it's like, oh, the tides have turned in your favor and I'm not going to see it out. But, yeah. One more and hopefully it's nice and quick. Yeah, it does play a little weirder. We'll see what King Zeldris, 94, the Virtuous. I'm not a huge fan, but I have the black and the black, blue, green. I mean, I kind of like it, even though it doesn't really work well with most of my hand, because I need black, red for that. I can really only play my control. We'll see. That was maybe a mistake not to mulligan. The Authority of Councils. So yeah, at this point, nothing I can do. Just moving on. I like this to the dragon. A second Authority of Councils. At this point, I will play Vivi. I'll come in tapped and get them 2 life. I'm assuming he's playing a black-white. I don't think Vivi's going to hang out long. The Crystal Barricade. So I can... I was thinking I can strategic betrayal him now. Creating extra wizards is probably a better idea. Because now when I strategic betrayal him, I'll get the extra damage off. Very nice. I know what he's up to. At this point, I still don't have enough to do everything. And if I strategic betrayal, I doubt he's gonna sacrifice his black and 1. He has protection from with the wall. The wall gives him protection, and I should have known that. So, yeah. He's going to be pumping the stuff in his hand. No attacks. So yeah, this might not be the best matchup for sure. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. Flare Star. If a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. So, Lion Lifelink. He is definitely running a lifelink deck. And they'll get another token or +1/+1 counter off that. At this point, I can now do my own Authority of Councils. Start to bump here. Or 6. Is he going to sacrifice for it? No. So without being able to get my draw engine up, this might not end well for me, or I can continue to just work the mechanic. Let's see what my next card is, because at this point I'm almost just relying on top decking. He has 3 spare mana, which means I'm pretty sure he can dump something that's big. Fear of Ridicule. So at this point, I can kill this thing, making all of his stuff invincible. Oh, I don't have enough to strategic betrayal him. But yeah, this mechanic is mean. I know, 4/7 that I can tap for 4 mana. Vivi is kind of nice. I was just wondering about the legitimacy of... Yeah, this game. I was just wondering the legitimacy of... Fear of Ridicule has a significantly reduced value in this against me, because I only have 4 creatures, and I have 2 of them on the board. I would almost have to look to see what that was. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it has been holding up. And I'm glad the matches are going a little bit smoother or shorter than some of the ones yesterday. Some of the ones yesterday were kind of drawn out. I have 6 creatures, which means his ability to exile my creatures and create tokens of them are significantly limited. But in a way, I lucked out there top decking a kill card. But one last one. I probably should just call it there. Since I reworked the mana curve or have more access to mana, in a way I like it, because I have access to my first temple and control, with potentially short access to... because I need red. The one thing about Mulligan is, like, is my next option going to be any better? And it's potentially a no. Because there's the blue I need to play Vivi. Now I just need the Mountain, or an extra one for my White Lotus to be able to convert on. Is he playing just pure blue? A random land card in your library perpetually becomes an island in addition to its other types, and gains when this land enters, draw a card. I'm not sure I've ever seen that one. Poo Poo, the UFO. That is from Final Fantasy. Got my green. What do I want here? Because at this point I still can't... I should have done the strategic betrayal last round. Flying. He's mana ramping is what he's doing. I want my Plaza out next round. And I still can't do anything until... basically next round. I'm assuming he's gonna, yeah, nuke his UFO. Both of his others have abilities that he can use. Alright, a green. Which now will allow me to play Vivi if I wanted. I'm gonna go for the 2 lands. I need a mountain and a plains. Is he gonna nope it? Yeah, this might be a little bit of a slower game. But I get to go hunting for 2 basic lands, which I said was the mountain and the plain. I'm gonna have 7 mana next round. But I really only have the one planes. If I do VV, and then play the kill, I'll get the +1 counter. I was wondering the legitimacy of doing the mechanic and going for the token. At this point, that would basically be my only draw engine. Is he gonna nope it? Chose not to. Alright, let's see what he has. When this land enters, draw a card. I like that mechanic. I do. Hydroponic Architect. The one thing about my mechanic... Do I have enough to do both? I do. So if I play my mechanic, and then my plaza, I'll be able to get 3 lands and my counters. Because when it lands, I'll get the 1 land from the other one. And he kicked it. No real worries there, though, or... I was wondering if he was actually gonna return one of my other ones. So I want a basic land, grab a white. I need 2 basic lands, and I'll grab a red and a black. And at this point, I am mana ramped. I need my card draw is what I need. Legendary artifact. Whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Do this only once each turn. And I probably should have played VV first there. And because, yeah, I can do all of them. All of the above. So, moving on. At this point, I'm almost thinking he's going to have a return all. I don't know. Scry. You can play something for free. That's an interesting Planetarium of Wu Xin Tong. Oh, Omnipresence. This is not going to end well, because now he plays everything for free. Yeah, and as long as he's blue, he's just going to keep playing and killing and playing and killing, and this isn't going to go well, or I'm just going to nope out. He's just going to keep playing and playing. I'm assuming he has draw. And he's just, yeah, going to nuke my whole board, too. Scry, he gets to cast this one for free. An interesting mechanic, or this is something that is almost impossible to deal with. I'm in a way surprised that he did that, but I don't have enough to be able to... I need to be able to kill his wall, and then kill his Omnipresence, and hopefully get into his Eye of Eugene. There's like no way I can come back from this. And I'm assuming he has a bunch of nope in his hand. If I fall his tower, I can then kill his Omnipresence. But there's no way going back up to around it. That's game. He just pushes and it's over, so I'll let it play out. Not much I can do against that. With that, I am going to call it and look forward to playing some more Magic in the future.